Church Online. I'm Pastor Danielle.
And I'm Pastor Tanisha, and we're so excited that you guys are joining us online today. We wanted to let you know that in just 2 weeks, on September 27th at the 11 o'clock service in Lynn
and Revere,
we're going to be coming back to Kids Church Live. So you guys can bring your masks, talk to your parents, make sure you pre-register, and we would love to see you in person. But over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about how God makes us big and strong. Just like Joshua, we're going to talk about how God gives us courage to follow his plans.
So now we're going to take some time, we're going to worship God together. So why don't you stand up on your feet and let's take a look at this song.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. Reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized, here with you. Come on now. Now this love is for real, you will never let go, never let go. Oh, and it's more than just words, love beyond my control, out of control. Hands up! This is real love, this is real love. Say this is real love, this is real love. Oh. Come on and say, you're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love, this is real love. In your heart I'm found. I want you, I want you. You won't let me down. You got me, you got me. No time is for real, you will never let go, never let go. Oh, and it's more than just words, love beyond my control, out of control. You're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love, this is real love. Oh. Come on, y'all. You're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. So this is real love, this is real love. Oh. Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. 1, 2, 3, jump! This is real love, this is real love. This is real love, this is real love. Oh. One more time, we say, you're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love, this is real love, this is real love.
What a great song. I love worshiping God with you guys. So now we have a very special random video for you guys. So check it out. Surprise!
Dope Pastores is back. We're gonna have a special challenge today. How many of you guys like sour things? Why do you? For those of you guys who are at Kids Church Online, why don't you write in the comments, tell us what is your favorite sour candy? Do you like sour?
Gummy worms.
Gummy worms? Gummy bears?
Sour Patch Kids.
You ever had
We
that?
have tropical.
What about the twin snakes? Have you had the twin snakes? They're like snakes and their heads are attached.
Never had these.
One's sweet
What
and
about
one
the
is sour.
The trolley snacks or where it's at?
Like a trolley, like a train?
Yes. I love eating trains.
Sour trains!
No, they're like Sour Patch Kids, but they're like octopi.
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 There's gummy worms, of course, but there's like all different kinds of animals that you can eat.
So we have Sour Patch Kids, and we're feeling particularly brave today. We are going to do a challenge with these Sour Patch Kids. Pastor Danielle, tell us, what is our challenge today?
Our challenge is to see who can catch the most Sour Patch Kids in their mouth by throwing it up and catching it. No hands. No hands.
How are we gonna throw it with no hands?
I mean, you can't like toss it in your mouth, like.
Wait, like a dog. Put it on my head, on my forehead. I'm gonna try to catch it in my mouth.
Sit. Stay.
No, put it on my nose. Is that it? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It flew behind you.
Try again. I got it. Okay. All right, try my forehead.
Wait! We forgot the hand sanitizer.
Oh my god.
Okay, take it.
It's fine.
Ew.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I almost got it.
So, the goal of this game is we will take a single Sour Patch Kid at a time, toss it up, and see if you can catch it in your mouth. Whoever catches the most, I guess before we run out of Sour Patch Kids, 'cause we had a little snack earlier, will be the winner.
Yeah. Who do you guys think is gonna win? Text us, tell us right now. Pastor Danielle or Pastor Tanisha? Don't judge me.
Okay.
Oh my God, you judge me.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1,
Go.
go! Ow! Oh! I got my tongue.
1.
God dang it. Two. I'm really bad at this. Oh yeah, I got one. All right. 3. All I hear is you chewing. 4.
Oh, I dropped it.
I only have 3. What did I say? 4. Oh, my eyeball. I forgot. I think I'm at 4.
I got 6.
Where did those come from? The gut. Or the hair on that one. Oh yeah, 5. 8. Nuh-uh.
Oh, there it is.
2. 6. 9. 7. 10. 8.
So sour. Should we try last one?
Where'd it go? It was in your hair. I think
right, so you guys can be courageous. Try your own challenge at home.
Don't eat a whole bag.
Don't recommend it. My stomach is feeling a little crazy. Whew. My armpits starting to get a little swampy.
A little sweaty.
It's fine, it's fine. You guys, join us next week for our next episode of Dope Pastoras. I think we're good.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had a time in your life when you were too scared to do something? Or you were just wishing that someone could come and help you and maybe hold your hand along the way and tell you exactly what to do? I know I've had this experience, and one time when I was in college, I was working with this girl, and I knew that she needed Jesus. I knew that she was sad and she was anxious and she didn't really know what to do with her life. And I knew in that moment that Jesus was telling me that I needed to share who he was with her. And I knew that Jesus wanted me to share his love and share his forgiveness, but I was so scared because I was new to this job and I didn't really know this girl, and we'd only been working together for a few weeks. And so that night we were actually getting let out early, which we would have been let out at different times and I wouldn't have been able to connect with her, but we were let out at the exact same time. And so I met her outside after work and we were in the parking lot, and I was able to tell her about who Jesus was. But the key to the story is I wasn't able to do it on my own because I was so scared. And I know telling people about Jesus, and maybe you can feel alone in that moment, but God gives us courage in those moments. God gives us courage to fulfill his plan. And God's plan is that everyone would come to know him. And so I want to challenge you guys this week to ask God to give you courage for those tough situations you're facing.
As Pastor Danielle was telling that story about how God gave her courage to tell her friend about Jesus, it reminded me of our Bible story today, which is found in Joshua chapter 6. How many of you guys have ever played Simon Says? Or a game that we love to play in kids' church called the Ultimate Cup Challenge. So you may be asked to do silly things like touch your hands, touch your belly button, wiggle your booty, but you know that if you follow the instructions, as silly as they are, that's how you win. That's how you complete the game. Now, in Joshua chapter 6, it talks about how God gave the people, the Israelites, crazy instructions. He told them to march around a town 7 times, and that at the 7th time to scream, and when they did, the walls would come crashing down. I don't know about you, but if someone told me to do that, even if it was God, I would think these instructions were pretty silly. I want to share this with you. It says, "Now the gates of Jericho were tightly shut because the people were afraid of the Israelites. No one was allowed to go out or in. But the Lord said to Joshua, I have given you Jericho, its king and all its strong warriors. These are the instructions. You and your fighting men should march around the town once a day for 6 days. 7 priests will walk ahead, each carrying a ram's horn, or like a trumpet. On the 7th day, you're to march around the town 7 times with the priest blowing the horns. When you hear the priest giving one long blast on the ram's horns, have all the people shout as loud as they can. Then the walls of the town will collapse and the people will charge straight into the town." I think how crazy this is, because sometimes God tells us to do things that we may not be comfortable with. We may not think about it. But God will give us the courage to do what he wants us to do. So Joshua called together the priests and told them these exact plans. And after he spoke to the people, they did exactly as God did. So the ark of the Lord was carried around the town and everyone got ready. They got up early. They were doing what God wanted them to do. And on the 7th day, the Israelites got up and marched around the town as they had done before. But this time, they went around the town 7 times. And as they went around, the 7th time the priest sounded the long blast, and Joshua commanded the people, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the town." And so guess what they did? They got courage from God and they shouted. And the Bible says that Jericho and everything in it was completely destroyed. You see, when we follow God, when we trust him, God will give us courage to do what he wants us to do. Even when it feels silly, even when we're afraid, God will give you the courage to do what he asks you to do. So I want you guys to sit back, get comfortable. If you've got to get a snacky, get your snacky now, because we're going to watch the rest of our Bible story video.
Stories of the Bible. The Walls of Jericho. This is Joshua.
Oh, hey.
Joshua was the leader of the Israelites, who God used to bring his people to the promised land.
Yeah, let's do this.
When God told Joshua it was time to take the promised land, Joshua sent spies into the city of Jericho. While those spies were in Jericho,
Come on!
they were protected by a woman named Rahab. The spies promised to spare Rahab and her family when they took back the land.
Yay!
And she hung a scarlet cord from her window to remind them of their promise.
See you soon!
Now the Israelites had crossed the Jordan and were camped near the town of Jericho.
Hey!
Hello.
One day, Joshua looked up,
Huh?
and there was a man standing before him.
Hello.
The man said, "I am the commander of the army of the Lord." Joshua asked what the man wanted to tell him, and the Lord said he wanted Joshua to take the city of Jericho,
All right.
but that Joshua needed to follow his instructions exactly.
You got it.
Jericho was shut for fear of the Israelites.
And went home? Yeah, well.
No one came out and no one came in. So the Lord told Joshua to gather his soldiers and march around the city for 6 days.
Mark.
The priests were to take the Ark of the Covenant, and 7 priests were to go in front of it, blowing a ram's horn. On the 7th day, they were to march around the city 7 times and blow the horn. Then all the people of Israel were to give a great shout,
Then what?
and then the city walls would fall.
Whoa! Yeah, let's do it.
So Joshua said, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." And the people did shout. And the walls did fall.
Let's go!
The Israelites overtook the city of Jericho as God had commanded.
Rahab.
They remembered Rahab because of her faithfulness. Joshua was faithful in carrying out God's commands, and the Israelites took many other cities as God told them they would.
Oh, nice.
For God will never fail to fulfill his promises. So the Israelites came to live in the land that God had promised Abraham, Isaac, Israel, Joseph, and Moses many years ago.
What a great Bible story. That Bible story helps us to better understand how we can be big and strong because of God. God will always help us get through any scary and hard situation. Now let's continue to learn more about how God helped people in all sorts of situations. To better understand this, Greg has decided to go on a journey of fitness training to learn what it really means to be big and strong. Let's check it out and see what he's up to this week.
Woo! Hey everybody, I'm Greg, and this is Big and Strong. For the last few years, I've been lazy. I've been sitting on my couch, eating junk food, and playing video games. But today is a new day. All the hard work starts here, going to the gym. So follow me, Greg, and my cameraman, Dan, as we start this incredible transformation. Come on, Dan, we're going to the gym. Big and strong, big and strong. Come on, Dan. So I've been working out for about a week now, and I haven't been getting the results that I really want. So I decided to find something bigger and better. Dan, I introduce to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shake Weight 9000. Well, Well, the Shake Weight 9000 is the real deal. Dan, let's go see our friend Billy for a little post-workout snack. Let's go. Hey friends, so I learned that getting healthy is a little bit more than just working out. It actually matters what you eat. So I brought in my good friend Billy to help me out with that.
Greg, how's it going? Good to see you.
Billy, it's going really well, and actually, I wanted to let maybe some of my friends know, what is it that you do?
So actually, Greg, I'm a dietitian.
Okay, I don't know what that means. But I do know what diet means.
Okay.
And diet is usually what you eat. And I've actually been on a very strict diet of the 3 Ps. Have you heard of the 3 Ps?
You know, I actually haven't heard of the 3 Ps, but go ahead and tell me about
You'd think as a dietitian, maybe you would have heard of it. It's Pop-Tarts, popcorn, and Papa John's. So that was actually a strict diet I was on for most of my life.
Okay.
And I just cut all of it out.
Great, that's an awesome start. So
Yeah.
what are you actually adding back in now that you've gotten that out?
Right, so since I've been working out this past week, a lot of things have been changing. I actually switched to a mac and cheese diet, but with no cheese, just the mac. What do you think?
Well, so actually, Greg, you're gonna be still getting a lot of carbohydrates only with straight mac.
Carbs are, yeah, okay.
So what are you actually doing as far as protein to get that in?
I don't know. I don't really know what protein is.
Okay, Greg. So actually, protein is going to be that, macronutrient you're looking for to get back in after a workout. So when you tear down all this muscle, your body's going to need more protein to build you back up. So be thinking steak, eggs, chicken, maybe even a peanut butter and jelly that you can get in to help rebuild all that muscle.
Wow, that all sounds really good.
So actually, if you're super serious about working out, I have a product here that you can check out. This is called protein powder. So this is going to be fast absorbing protein that you can actually use to help really repair your muscle even faster after a workout.
Wow, so protein powder is just protein all in powder.
You got it. That is sounds, never heard it better myself. So basically we've got, I've got some water here, a shaker cup. So typically I usually mix 8 to 10 ounces of water. So we'll just do this right here. Standard water bottle works just fine. And we can go ahead and add into the shaker cup. Good amount of water. There's an ounce marker right on the side so you know how much you're using, and then you'll be able to oh. Greg! Bill! You got this!
Bill! I need some
Greg.
water. The protein powder you can't just do like that, huh? All right, so I actually learned the hard way. You're not supposed to eat the protein powder straight. Billy, I got impatient there. I went for it.
Yeah, Greg, it happens to the best of us. We all want to add muscle really fast, but it's one step at a time, including maybe even adding water into the shake before just trying to.
Gotcha. I should have listened to you that time. And look at that, right there. We got a good old-fashioned protein shake. And here's what I'm going to do, Bill. I'm going to drink this, and I'm going to listen to you about how to eat healthy after my workouts. Because if I try to do it by myself, it doesn't work.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Thank you, Bill.
You got it. Worried about you there, Greg.
It tastes good. It's better like this.
Better that way, yeah.
No powder. It's really tasty, actually.
Oh boy. Easy, Greg. Not again. You all right there, buddy?
Wow, that's really good.
Okay.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, worried there for a second.
Woo! That was a wild ride. Thanks to cameraman Dan for cleaning up our set. And again, big thanks to Billy for saving my life back there. But it really got me thinking. One of the great things about exercise is that it clears your head. A lot of the time, people are just drowning out their thoughts with loud music when they're at the gym. But I found that I do some of my best thinking while I'm pumping iron or on a run, doing whatever I'm doing. Now, lately, I've been thinking a lot about a true hero from the Bible, Joshua. Joshua was told by God to conquer Jericho, a large and powerful city with huge walls protecting it. Jericho was an impenetrable fortress, but God sent a messenger with specific instructions for Joshua and the Israelites. The Israelites were told to march around the walls of Jericho for 6 days, blowing horns as they did. Now, they obeyed God's instructions, and on the 7th day, the Israelites once again marched around the city and blew their horns. When the time came, the army of Israel let out a great shout, and the walls of Jericho crumbled before them. Now, I'm sure the Israelites yelled and played their horns really loud, but we all know there's no way they could have conquered Jericho all by themselves. It was God's big and strong power that brought the walls crashing down. Now, in life, God sometimes calls us to do things we can never achieve on our own. No matter how strong, smart, or rich we are, there are things in life that will always be bigger than us. Now, it's good to be healthy and go to the gym. I've been trying it and it's been working. Now, God wants us to be healthy and treat our bodies right, but it's important to remember that we can't do everything on our own strength. God's God's direction for our lives can sometimes be confusing, but even if we think we can do things better on our own, God's way is always the best way for us. Joshua and the Israelites followed God's instructions when they marched around Jericho, and they were rewarded for their obedience. If they tried to bring down the walls of Jericho with their own strength, they probably would have failed. And if they just gave up, they never would have been able to experience the blessings God had waiting for them in the promised land. So as you go through your life, don't try to do it all on your own. And if something seems impossible to you, take it to God and trust that His strength is far greater than our own. That's all I got for you guys today. I actually have a workout scheduled right now, so Dan, we gotta get on it. But hey, remember, it's never too late for a New Year's resolution. Think about the goals you have and take those goals to God. But thanks for watching Big and Strong, and remember, be encouraged, get motivated, and have a great week. Come on, Dan, let's go. Ah!
Wow, that was awesome. Greg was right. We can be confident in knowing that God loves us and wants to help us through all things. You can trust Him no matter what. Now let's see how much you can remember. And who better to test us than our furry friend, Space Goat? He's here to help us answer some challenging questions. See how many you get right. Check it out.
For thousands of years, people have looked up to the stars and wondered what's beyond. Thoughts of distant galaxies, strange planets, and possibly even life unlike any we've known on Earth. But no one could have ever imagined in the deep expanse of our universe lives one furry creature with 4 legs and a jetpack. Bah. His name is Space Goat, and he's here to help you, and he's here to help us, here to help us answer life's toughest questions. Who led the Israelites into the Promised Land? Was it A, Joshua? Was it B, Moses? Or was it C, Brad? That's correct. Joshua led the Israelites into the Promised Land. Great job. What color was the cord Rahab hung out of her window? Was it A, white? Was it B, scarlet? Or was it C, macaroni and cheese? Yes! The color of the cord that Rahab hung out of her window was scarlet. Well done, cadets. On which day did the walls of Jericho fall? Was it A, Christmas Day? Was it B, the 6th day? Or was it C, the 7th day? Well done, everyone. The walls of Jericho fell on the 7th day. Nicely done. Until next time, stay spacey, cadets.
Great job answering those questions. Well, that's it for this week. We're so glad you joined us. Remember who God is and the love He has for you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.